Hi, Coffee with Mom followers. My name is Jennifer King, and today I will be talking to you all about meal prep in regards to what it is, how you go about doing it, why you can benefit from it. So, starting out, meal prep is just what it sounds like. You're prepping for a component of your meal or the meal in its entirety. One of the misconceptions about meal prep is that it just has to be for your lunch for the next day at work or however many days that you decide to plan in advance for. Not the case. You can prepare vegetables, you can prepare a component of your meal, such as your appetizer, your dessert. Yes, you can even meal prep for a dessert, which is really good for you. Either way, in any way that you want to meal prep, there's no right way to do it. You have to do what's best for you and what's best for your family. So, some things that I decided to think about when putting together this topic of meal prep was, making it your own. You can do that according to your food preferences, according to your schedule, even your budget. What are your goals that you want to accomplish from meal prepping? Is it that you just want to save yourself time, not be stressed out about cooking after a long day at work? Or do you have meal goals as far as dietary needs, or you just want to eat clean and eat healthy? Additionally, you can decide to meal prep based on your family size, whether it's just a family of one, a family of two, and plus. And also thinking about your kids, their picky eating behaviors or picky eating habits. Shoot. You can also choose to meal prep according to your family size, whether you're a family of two, a family of eight, even more. And lastly, you can always meal prep according to your cooking ability. So, starting out, you always want to start out with a plan on how you want to meal prep, and that's going to involve doing some type of research. So, you want to research different types of recipes that you like according to your preferences. Do what works for you, do what works for your family. One way that I like to research what meals I would like to prep or think about cooking is just looking on Instagram. There are a number of accounts that feature foods, whether they be something that's really quick for you to do, also things that you can meal prep in advance time, but everything always looks really, really good. One thing to also note in addition to researching is testing it out. You might not always get the best results that you want when thinking about meal prep. So just test it out and always, start small, and then you can always build off of that. Again, make it your own, do your own thing. Okay, so one of the Instagram accounts that I like to look at is called the Calories Tutorial. Not only do they go through, they kind of give a good snippet of what the meal is going to look like. They also give a good idea of the actual recipe itself. So they give you the amounts of different ingredients that you're going to need, how you're going to have to utilize items in your kitchen, things like that. Again, don't be afraid to make it your own. One of the ways that you can do that is by using what's in season. And one of the books that I will be referencing is called The Big Book of Organic Baby Food. Again, it's not just because it says organic baby food does not mean that it's just for babies. It definitely it's something that I would recommend. If you can see here, it goes through different stages that babies are eating through. So it's something that is going to be useful for the entire family. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about again is using what's in season. And things that are going to be in season during the winter, it definitely depends on where you're located. So some examples for us northerners are going to be like cabbage, cranberries, squash, and sweet potato. But even if there's something that you see that may not necessarily be in season that you want to use, go ahead and use it. If it's something that is according to your food preference or possibly the food preference of a picky eater that you have at home, go ahead and use what you have available in the store. So next, you want to make it your own by what type of diet you might follow. I know for myself, one of my New Year's resolutions was to give up red meat. So thinking about other protein sources is always important. And you can always decide to swap out different ingredients based on a particular recipe that you found. Examples for swapping out, such as a protein source, is going to be looking at beans that you can use, so black beans that you can use, kidney beans, but also looking at legumes and lentils. So, as a mom, your meal prep can even be determined by what type of lifestyle you have to lead. But always remember to make it fun. And the ways that you can make it fun is by including your kids in on the project. So you can always have music playing, make it a dance party, and also thinking about pretending that you're on CHOP. That's another way to think about making it fun for your kids. So thinking about meal prep, why would one meal prep? Not only is it going to save time, it could possibly save you money. Think about how much money you may spend on fast food. It may be $5 here, $5 there, but that definitely is going to add up, and that can definitely be like a box of Pampers. That can be getting your nails done, getting your hair done, getting your makeup done. So think about little things that can add up quickly. Also, it's going to decrease the amount of stress that you may feel in making those last minute decisions about making dinner. You don't necessarily want to make spaghetti another night out of the week. Additionally, it's going to aid with a nutritionally balanced diet. So with making it fun, you want to use items that are fresh, items that are bright. That's going to make it Getting items that are fresh and bright are going to ensure that you're getting the nutritional quality that you want out of your food. So your vitamin A's, your vitamin C's, things like that. And again, not just for lunch. So it could help you get out of the door faster in the morning. And if you have a little one, it might be a little more difficult to get out of the door when it's -0 degrees outside. Definitely something that we have to deal with living in Cleveland. So thinking about nutrition for a mom, it's not just thinking about nutrition for yourself. You always have to think about your kids being in mind. So you always want to add in or sneak in possibly more veggies or produce into your meals. You can do that by adding leafy greens into something, and it doesn't have to just be spinach or our traditional greens that we use. You can also think about using kale. You can meal prep by making kale chips for your kids and including that in their lunches. You can also think about doing broccoli. And again, it can be prepared in a way that is the same as preparing kale chips and just including that in your lunch throughout certain days. So when thinking specifically about the mom, and especially mothers that are near our age, near the reproductive age, we really want to focus on items that have folic acid in them. That's again, we're going to backtrack to our leafy greens. So backtracking to our kale, also thinking about our black beans. You also want to think about iron rich foods, and it doesn't just have to be from a meat source. You can have a spinach salad with citrus fruits on it. By having that citrus fruit with the leafy green, it's going to help you absorb the iron. And believe it or not, just using a cast iron skillet is going to be another way that is going to help you absorb iron from. And though it's not necessarily for meal prep, but you can kind of sort of prep for it, is for women, we tend to forget to drink our water. We have to hydrate so much during the day, and especially if you're a breastfeeding mom, you are always thirsty, and hydration is super, super important. What I want to point out with my water bottle is that if you can see, it has an infuser tube in it. What you can do is you can prep for your infuser for the day. You can have 5 different flavors throughout your work week, just so that it makes drinking your water interesting and it's going to be enticing for you to do. Today I just have cucumber and a little bit of lemon in my infuser, but as I said, you can prep and you can throw it either in the refrigerator or in your freezer to make it easier for you to get ready during the day. Another thing is budget friendly. This was only $5 at Five Below, so make sure you go pick one up, try it out, and see if that is something that can help you drink more water. I know I absolutely hate drinking water. I am more of a coffee drinker, but this is something this can help my little one, and it can help me and save time, save money. I'm all for it. that's going to assist in meal prep and just everyday life, everyday cooking is a 5 late spiraler. Like I said, you want to make nutrition fun. You want to make your food fun, especially for your little ones who, they may not want to eat a sweet potato or may not even know what a zucchini is. How would this be a fun way to introduce zucchini noodles or zoodles to your child? You can again meal prep them so far ahead of time because zoodles can be frozen and thawed out and ready to go in minutes. It could be fun for your kid and also a really good way to add in kind of that bright, fresh color that you want in your diet. And just to mention really quick, both the spiraler as well as the baby book were available at from Amazon, and they were less than $15 each. So think about something else that might be budget friendly for you to use, and again, good for both mom and the little ones. Lastly, one of the main things that I want to talk about with meal prep is going according to your schedule. Some people think that with meal prep, you have to prep for the entire week. If you are like my husband or myself, we do not like leftovers that much. So start out small. Maybe do a couple days worth of food to prep for yourself and see how you like it. You can always adjust the recipe to how you want it to be. You can always add in a little more on a day that you know that you're going to be at work a little longer. So adding in, more protein, more vegetables to your day, and also adding or decreasing what you may want or not want in your child's lunch if you provide that for them every day with meal prep. The biggest thing is that doing meal prep does not have to be intimidating. You so often see on social media accounts that just make it seem like it is a super, super daunting task to prep your meals and get yourself ready. It doesn't have to be that way. This is according to what is best for you. So if it's up to your schedule, your cooking ability, you can do this. Anybody can meal prep. Anybody can prep their even their water bottle. You can start out small, but it's definitely something that's going to make a difference for you. You can start taking your water versus buying pop or juice for work. You can start to take your lunch more often during the week rather than going out during the lunch hour, and depending on where you are, it's going to be possibly a busy lunch hour. So that you're not only eating healthier, you're saving yourself time and you're saving yourself money, and probably for your employer you're being a little more productive. But hey, do your thing. But you just want to be able to decrease stress. 2018 is all about decreasing stress and being more confident. So be more confident in what you can do. Don't say that, I can't do this, I can't do that. You can do this. If I can do it, and I absolutely hate prepping and I hate cooking, then anybody can do it. So, Coffee with Mom followers, I just want to thank you for your time and allowing me to give a little bit of background about meal prep. Xavier wants to say thank you as well. And we both just want to say bye and see you guys next time.